Today, I'm going to let you know what should you do in order to make sure that you reduce by 90% the restrictions on your ad on Facebook. Because let's be honest, Facebook nowadays is restricting us for whatever reason. And you need to have kind of an idea what was the reason of, because Facebook isn't clear about it. He's not going to say, oh, you have flagged this because of this. He's very vague. So you never know what it is unless you know Facebook policies. And today we're going to speak about Facebook policies. And by the end of the video, I'm going to share with you something that is extremely crucial in order to make sure that you don't get flagged massively and that everyone doesn't know about, or very little to no people know about. So let's speak about the first few things that Facebook doesn't like. So, personal attributes. Meta advertising policy prohibition ads that contains personal attributes, including information on avoiding assumptions about someone's personal attributes in your ads. Simple, sensational content. So, our advertising policy prohibited sensation content, including information. By the way, if some things of what they say doesn't make any sense to you, you don't understand, and what I would suggest you is very simple. Because sometimes, they speak with fancy words, let's say it that way. So let's say you don't understand what they say right here. What you can do is you can go on ChatGPT and say, I didn't understand what they are trying to say. Make it simpler for me to understand. As you guys know, we are no geniuses. Sometimes we don't even understand what they're saying, so we want an easier version. So sure, here's a simpler version. Mid-advertising rules say you're not allowed to include personal details about people in your ads. This means you shouldn't assume or mention things like their race, age, gender, health, or other personal traits. Okay, so this one is more straightforward than this one. Facebook make things way more complicated than it should, so just don't advertise personal information on your ads. Again, sensational. Let's say this one you don't understand. Now you can put it here. Do the same. So those are little tips, that I acquired over the years, because sometimes when you deal with advertising platform, they try to make everything fancy, but to be honest, it's just a headache because it's not great. Most people don't even understand what you're saying. So mid advertising rule don't allow your ads with shocking or extreme content. This means you should avoid anything that means to scare, upset, or provoke people, like overly violent, dramatic image, in words. Okay. So nothing too over the top. Cryptocurrency. And guys, it's not just about selling, let's say, cryptocurrency. Having like a t-shirt and showing Bitcoin on it could be flagged. So those are things that are nuances. What I mean by that is, okay, maybe you don't sell cryptocurrency. You're like, oh, it's just a t-shirt, but it's showing cryptocurrency on it. So it's a little bit of iffy. Dating. So our advertising policy for ads. So you cannot advertise dating. You cannot, like be a Tinder profile. Let's be honest, but that's pretty straight to the point. Now, illicit beverages. You cannot anything related to smoking. Anything with, you know, this right here is prohibited. I'm not going to say the words on YouTube, but yes, it is prohibited. So online gaming and gambling. So obviously you cannot incite people to do bad things, or those two right here is bad thing. Those are pretty obvious, let's be honest. Now, personal health and appearance or advertising policy prohibition ads that generate a negative self perspective or imply unrealistic or unexpected results. Okay. So this is where I'm going to give you the tips of the 90%. This right here, most people overlook it. But if I have to tell you what is 90% of Facebook bans made of, because everyone knows those ones right here. But I believe that the ones that are the most overlooked are this one and this one. Let me tell you why. Because the first one, personal health and appearance, is you cannot do before and after results on an example, weight loss. You cannot, like, you can do before and after, but you cannot do promises. You can say, oh, look at that person, how that person feels confident again. So you can speak a little bit, like, you can create something that is before and after, but make it a little bit vague and more of like they're feeling great than, oh, see, you're overweight, you should be sad. Like, don't put the negative, put the positive, make everything happy. Let's say it that way. So Facebook will overlook the process or of before and after, because Facebook doesn't like before and after. But you can bypass that by speaking about the benefits more than the problems. So that's one. And Facebook also doesn't like exaggeration. So certain words, like an example, um, like the best way lost, they don't like the number one, the only one. They don't like extreme words on certain products. So that's why you need to play with your words when you're doing Facebook. The way that I go around it is very simple. I just come on ChatGPT, I put my description, whatever it is. So I say, okay, so this is my product. I say, um, this is my text for this is my text for my ad on Facebook, since I am running Facebook ads. Because if you're not specifying that you're running Facebook ads, they could say, oh, this is your ad for eBay, and not for eBay, but marketplace. Let's call it that way. So they're going to think that you're posting it on the marketplace, and the marketplace has some rules, and Facebook ads has other rules. So this is my text for my ad. Facebook, since I'm running Facebook ads, let me know and fix the mistakes of what could be prohibited on what am I saying. Okay, so you put that in, so in front of your text, you put 2 points and you paste your text right there. So what's that going to do? It's going to make sure that you follow Facebook policies, because ChatGPT will make sure that you follow it to the T. So think about that. It's very important. Now, let's speak about alcohol, social issues, politics. It's always something that you don't want to speak about. Additional policies that may add to your ad. So, guys, you need to master this, but at the same time, you need to be smart with what you're saying. Like I said, the devils is in the details. Why? Because yes, cryptocurrency is great, but like, a lot of people come to me, they say like, yeah, but it's just socks. Yeah, but it has a crypto logo, so that's not good. You know. So overall, you want to make sure that you follow those rules, and you try to be general when it's come to weight loss, when it comes to resolving a problem. Quite general, still pinpoint the problems, but being general and not being overly dramatic. So they just don't want to feel like their customer is getting controlled or taken advantage of. That's it. So if you know how to do simple words, not overly exaggerated, go straight to the point. That's good enough. And guys, if you have a winning product, then you shouldn't have a problem with selling your products. I know Facebook sometimes could be a pain. It is a headache, but if you're not too sure, then do like I just said right here. And it will be more than enough. And if you don't understand certain policies like me, then you could simply say, oh, help me, I didn't understand, and you will understand it better. So this is what it is, guys. I'm telling you, 90% are going to be avoided if you are not overly dramatic and you don't speak about before and after results. I think those are the main two things that most people are getting caught of, because this is the complaints that I receive every single day about everybody. But it is what it is. We need to comply with it, and we need to find solution. So yeah, guys, wish you an amazing rest of your day. Take care and peace out.